on the game. Like, and for most of the guys that I review, most of the shit can be corrected within the first 8 minutes of the gameplay. And it's not like, oh my god, my coaching's so skillful. It's that most people underestimate how impactful the early game is on whether or not we win. So, like, perfect example. I'm gonna fire up this replay. Jordan, I don't know Jordan. He might leave base. A lot of guys don't leave base right away. A lot of guys don't ward right away. A lot of guys play champions like Blitzcrank and they don't try to invade right away. A lot of guys don't know how to go all in level 2. A lot of guys fall for predictable gank paths. A lot of guys, you know, misplay, hold their summoner, whatever. You know, there's all sorts of shit. Or a lot of people fail to be aggressive, or, you know, whatever. It's normally the first, like, 8 minutes of the game where, like, we decide whether or not we're going to carry the game with most all lanes. Because people lower elo aren't very confident. So if you come in with a plan and you're confident, you win 9 times out of 10. So, like, right here, perfect example. Sitting in the base, right? Chilling. We have like Morgana support. We could roam around and maybe make a pick or something if we ping off the start. Like, just be excited to play, you know? This is the most important time.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
This really is, without a doubt. All right, let's see how you do.
Minions have spawned.
What up, YouTube? It's Nisi, Season 7 coaching. LeBlanc mid versus Viktor mid. Mumu jungle, which means I'm basically green light to go crazy in this lane. That's how I view it. He started laser, so yeah, you should definitely be trying to auto him occasionally if you'd like. Bot lane, Feederino. Good trade. It's all well and good. You wait for him to farm, you go in, you all in. That's great. This is what I like to see. You back right away, also great. What items do we get? My only criticism is in terms of like how fast you're pushing. But if you weren't pushing just to set up the lane so that you could kill him, that's fine. If the Viktor's not going to trade with me at all, I'm tempted to push and roam because LeBlanc's wave clear is like stupid high now, which I'm sure you know. With W max, like, it's retarded how strong it is. So, like, see, now you get to roam around. Was flash necessary? Let's find out. Probably was, yeah. Yes, that was good. After E, it's fine to play it that way. And use the plants. This was great. This was a great open, as far as I'm concerned. Should be an all-in here again. Did you not have cooldowns here? I'm just confused why we don't. I need to watch your cooldowns. There's no E attempt. Yeah, this is weird to me. Very standard E you should take there. And I don't know why you don't go for it at all. Stupid damage. I see no reason, with 10 seconds left on Viktor's respawn and the fact that we know Mumu's bottom, I see no reason why we are, why we're backing here when we can just clear the wave. We have 140 mana. We just clear this wave and then back and tag to Viktor. I think this is a mistake. See that? Shove that next time. It's one spell rotation, dude. LeBlanc's broke. Broke right now. Broken. Now, Rome, go kill people. Stop staying in mid. Look. Okay, you're abusing a broken champ right now. And that's great. And you're playing it pretty well. You get some kills going. But you need to leave. This guy is useless right now. You need to impact the rest of the map, and you need to do it quickly. I would probably recommend shoving, and then decide, like, you should shove from the top down, and then decide to go up or down. And then that way you put your opponent in a position. If you run back and then roam, you put your opponent in a position where he doesn't know that you're roaming, so you can make a very smooth pick. You could also invade. You could just start running around the enemy jungle. And if you had just, if you go and run into the top side, you could probably pick off a Mumu and get a nice little blue buff because you have Ignite. But you can't stay here anymore because, in my opinion, it's not going to get you the win as fast as roaming around the map. If you've ever watched any real good LeBlanc players on old LeBlanc, and obviously new LeBlanc too. If you ever watched any like challenger mids play LeBlanc, they run around the map like fucking maniacs. Now you can shove and roam so fast. There's absolutely no excuse for not just shoving the lane and moving around. You will always be able to one-shot this guy. This guy is fucked now. He's done. Best way to win the game is to run around and snowball other lanes now. You're fed as you need to be. As long as you keep going back into mid and pushing this lane in and catching your farm, watch and buy, right? You would leave. Look at this long window that you could go somewhere. You tell the entire team that you're going to chickens. Why would you do that? Why would you do it? Why would you show him in a straight line that you're going to chickens? Why not back and then go this way? Or back and go bottom or top? But if you walk right by him to chickens, that means that he's going to come defend them. Amumu's going to show up. You might be able to bait, like if you walk in and around into the jungle, you might be able to wait right here for Amumu to do his red and kill him. Like there's so many options, but you're not giving yourself a chance to find them. See? You tell them what's going on, so they react to it. Here, now Viktor, look at Viktor defending red. Imagine if as soon as you cleared that wave, look at this, dude. As soon as you clear that wave, you go that way, and then out of vision into red this way. If they don't have wards, and let's see if they don't. And they... Did your control ward not detect? Oh, that's unlucky. So here, we can both learn from this. Here, apparently the ward does not... Wow. Like I said, I guess we both learned from this. But either way, you see what I'm trying to say. You could go this way, this path, up mid, but you're telling... If you tell Viktor directly without trying to actually sneak a roam in, you're just going to have people reacting and rotating to you beforehand, and that's not what you want. Good pick. Yeah, we both learned off that one. That mistake is one that we both learned from. I didn't know that. I thought it would cover the whole brush. But now we know. This guy's pretty fed and we don't have Ignite, so I'd be a little careful. He doesn't have Ignite either. Okay, you get Viktor's flash just with a W. Yeah, there's just not enough roaming this game, dude. That's it. You need to realize that the rest of the map is losing, and you are still here. You haven't tried to. You did make the Ezreal roam, which I guess was okay, but I don't get why you stopped. I don't get why you're letting this guy's canceling you out. You are giving him a coin flip by standing here. Why are you giving this guy a coin flip when you shit on him? Why? I don't get it. We should be going around and finding kills to win the other lanes, to get some towers going. Unless you want to take this tower, in which case by all means, but I just don't see how it's going to be more reliable than roaming around. Dude, this is literally, yeah, this game's just an exercise in not roaming. That's all there is to it. This should have been, this is pretty much, in my opinion, this is what loses you this game. Well, to be fair, this doesn't lose you the game outright, but in terms of whether or not you impact the result in a big way, you get a gift. You get a shitty mid lane opponent who starts fucking laser on Viktor, right? Which I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that's standard in a Viktor matchup ever. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to just poke with a shield and his little zap or whatever the fuck it's called. But either way, you get a gift. You get a shitty mid lane opponent. You kill him. And instead of just jamming and moving around the map and killing the jungle, killing the top lane, killing the bot lane, and then you literally make a roam, kill somebody, go back to mid. Shove the lane, make a roam, kill somebody, go back to mid. Shove the lane, make a roam, kill somebody, go back to mid. That's what should have been happening this game. For some reason, we stay mid side. We sit here, chill out. We kill this shitty Viktor when he pops his head in, but in the meantime, your teammates are all failing because your teammates are failures, right? Well, if they're failures, we need to run around the map and try to stifle some of that momentum in the other lanes. Who knows? Maybe one of your teammates actually did just have a rough start. I know that's happened to me before. Regardless, the only way that we can get the enemy team to tilt and to up our chances of winning is to accept that this Viktor sucks, and even if I let him farm back in, he's not going to do anything anyways. Because he's garbage, right? You and I both know that he's garbage because we both watched this replay now. So we know that Viktor sucks. We need to shut down the other players and maybe turn the team against each other. Maybe get our teammates back into the game. Maybe get some early towers and try to get some rhythm going on the map. And that way we can stop these other enemies here before they get too big. Ezreal comes to mind. Amumu, we could have very easily picked him off in the jungle if we attempted it, but we didn't, and now we get shut down. Our lead is pretty much deteriorated, and I think that the value that we could have got, we didn't really get. Three levels behind, Evelyn. I gotta say, your team is horrific, though. Wow! They are bad. You did get very unlucky this game. I will give you this. You would have been fine, Jordan. You would have been fine to stay in your lane if you had some like reliable teammates doing stuff, but they weren't really like. Neither one of them were really winning. Somehow Renekton's losing to Talon top. And somehow bot lane's losing as well this hard.
Godlike.
But you know, you're getting towers down, which I like seeing. That's actually really good by you. Again, make sure you shove lanes. It's 1 WQ rotation.
Red team's turret.
Unlucky.
Shut down.
Very unlucky.
Shut down. Killing spree.
He's doing so much damage, it's ridiculous. Back to back, Ezreal ulted for all of our stacks gone. That time was a little bit more obvious. You did have flash up that you could have used to survive that. That just, you know, that takes practice. At this point, I'm trying to shut down the Ezreal because he's gonna like solo carry the game. So I'm pretty inclined to go for like a flash all in with Ignite to just slow the momentum down a bit. So you get the shutdown on Ezreal. Your team... no? Why are we backing here? I see a Mumu. Where's Viktor? I don't like that you back there because you could draw you could put pressure on the turret. Viktor can't kill you, dude. You're fine there. I think you know you're fine there. You try to one-hit Talon. I think that you are wasting time going for him. At Wookie, thank you so much. AT Wookie, my man. Jesus. You're subbing, I'm sneezing. The chat's hyping, dude. I can't handle this shit, man. Too old for this shit.
Blue team double kill.
I wasn't really thinking about this either. Oh, you got turned it on pretty hard. The only thing that we can really talk about is your positioning in terms of you led your minions. So you were in front of your minions when it doesn't, there's no benefit for you being in front of the minions. You can always stand behind them because the only time you're going to be able to do anything to the tower is off of minions anyways. And the second thing is, if you don't have your W up and you don't have vision of the top lane or anybody that could be holding you on a split push, you really don't want to be, you don't want to be too crazy because you don't have the W up, right? That's pretty much all you can take away from that. Now, Talon doesn't have a silence. The only reason why you get caught there is because your W's on cooldown. Obviously, if your W wasn't on cooldown, you wouldn't have died there. So just keep that in mind in the future, that if your W's on cooldown, play or be aware that if a guy shows up in a brush, jumps a wall, you name it, we get picked off. We're still squishy even though we're fed. How old am I? I'm too old, dude. Too old for this. I'm happy with this pick. I really want you focusing on this Ezreal, but I'm happy that you make that pick anyways because it's a good one. Tower is a good call. Oh, you need to be autoing the tower. Yeah, this dive is silly and ridiculous. So let's talk about this. This is actually a pretty important concept that I don't think I've touched on in any videos yet. But you play right into this situation. We're going to talk about what's wrong here. Your goal in this spot is to understand what Talon's going to do when we try to burst him. He's going to R, right? And he's going to run away and jump over shit, and he's impossible to kill. That's new Talon for you in a nutshell. You spaz out and try to blow him up. What you should be thinking is that I'm going to get him to panic and ult, and then I'm going to hit the tower. Watch what you do instead. Notice how your positioning does not reflect the intent that I just described. What you did instead was you tried to one-shot him while Viktor was spawning, while Ezreal is spawning, and now you've got your team all in the turret. And the best thing that you're gonna do is kill Talon. You're not gonna deal damage to the turret. And in general, I think that you just kind of autopilot off of your team. The move that I want you to do I want you hitting this tower the whole time, pretty much. I want your abilities to be used in order to enable you to hit the tower, not the other way around. I don't want your abilities to be used so that you never hit the tower because you're so busy stacking your KDA. Doesn't do us any good. I can't see the donation! Thanks for the donation. Let me try to see it again because, thanks, Shuick, for $20. We'll put you on the list, dog. Sorry. I'm like, I was fighting with my stupid drawing on the screen. So yeah, we don't want that dive. We give Dallin a double kill because you commit to him instead of just getting his skills on cooldown and hitting the tower. Remember, we're facing Viktor. This tower, if played right, should be at half HP, and then we should have been out. We do get out, but we kind of play that goofy and don't get enough damage on the tower, and then you get zapped. So I guess it does kind of add up because you tank all that damage. There's no way Evelyn steals it because he's bad. And we know that. Everyone knows that. They get Baron. I think they actually get Baron off of that and we lose. That's what it looks like. Your team fights without you. You don't really get anything done. Sorry about the shitty camera work. You kind of walk into a Lux combo. Wow.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Wow, you are dumping on kids, dude. Almost. Wow. So, all this aside, it's pretty clear based on this replay that you're... Mary Rose, thanks for subbing. Welcome. Drop a sub hype train for Mary Rose. Obviously, this replay demonstrates that you're pretty good at LeBlanc mechanically. It just needs macro, like you just need macro work. It started with the lack of roaming early. I want to see more roams out of you and snowballing your lead faster. And I want to see you in the future when you're in these situations, when you're on tower like this. I really want you understanding the situation above your teammates. Like, your teammates are just disposable henchmen. Everyone in the game is disposable henchmen. Especially true. This is gold elo, right? Especially true gold, platinum. So, I mean, it's all the same shit until diamond. Then you start getting more people that know what they're doing. Okay? At the end of the day, you need to understand more about macro than your teammates do. You need to understand that your shot selection should have been on Ezreal for the entire game, which for the most part, you did a pretty good job of keeping him in check, I thought. But the big thing is when you're pushing objectives, you cannot lose sight of, like, okay, I'm hitting the tower. Like, I need to get the towers. I need to roam and open up the map and snowball the game, tilt the enemy team. Because that play that you just made on Viktor was nasty, right? I'm on board with it. I just want to see you taking more initiative in the mid game, well, the early mid game, when you get those kind of leads, going into the enemy jungle and saying, like, try to catch a Mumu. Maybe use your control wards, clear some vision, go and catch the jungler. Go and try to dive the top laner. Go and try to dive the bot lane. Like, shove the tower in. Like, you and I both know, especially watching this Viktor ult a fucking clone, you and I both know that he's dog shit. So you need to do some risk assessment. Your brain needs to be, like, thinking in terms of, wow, this guy is horrible. I could leave this lane right now and never touch this guy anymore. Not kill him anymore. And he's not going to do anything in this game. Because he sucks dick. I got blessed with the bad, like the weak opponent. So I need to turn this shitty opponent into a victory for my shittier, or my less shitty teammates, right? That's what we're looking for. So that's how I view it. If I face a matchup where the guy is bad, I always try to take advantage off of him, no matter what lane it is, in ways that I know he can't recover from. If I know that he can't do anything while I roam, and that even giving him free farm isn't going to hurt me, then I'm going to roam faster. If I know that their jungler is better than my jungler, guess what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to disrupt their jungler. Same thing with bot lane. Now, you had a lot of shit that you had to make up for this game. I just don't think you did it fast enough. All right? But it was very good. It was very good gameplay. You played pretty damn well on this one. You just need to recognize when your opponent's shit and take advantage of the other players as fast as possible. Definitely look at using the control wards and the red sweeper. Thanks, Killian, for the host. Use control wards and the red sweeper and start branching out into the jungle instead of staying in your lane. You know, you have that quick shove with the WQ, so use that shit and roam around. All right, YouTube. It's been Nisi going over the LeBlanc mid, Season 7. I hope you enjoyed this coaching session. Please like, subscribe, all that bullshit. I'm out. Peace, cracks. Thanks so much.